Okay, guys, we are live right now on Facebook. So I'm gonna start by saying thank you guys for participating in this panel and being on this platform. And to the audience, welcome. And it's another episode of Street Dance Roots, where I try and talk to dancers about their street dance roots. Not so much of my street dance roots, theirs, and the history that they have traveled and all the things that they had to go to be where they are, because most likely they probably wouldn't be on the panel right now if they weren't professional dancers. So they're quite sure that they have a great story to tell about their dance career. First of all, thank you guys, Hong Kong, for being part. And then I'm going to introduce Scoo B and Damita in a second, but Doug is going to, thank you, Doug, for putting everyone together. And
Thank
he's
you.
he's going to be the one that's going to be my co-host and talk to you guys and stuff. Him and I talked already about it. So right now, Mr. Scoo B Doo, you have anything you would like to say, sir?
¿Qué pasó? Hello, everybody.
Hey.
Hi.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Well, it's very, very good to see all of you. Since at this part of the year that we're having all this problem with the virus, so we can't get out. So
Yeah.
we want to thank to Alpha for putting us together like this right now.
You're quite welcome. Quite welcome. Okay, and thank you, Scoo B. Damita,
Yes.
you know,
Hi, everybody.
some
I'm
of
so
you
glad
already
to
know
be here.
Damita. Some of you know Damita, all right, that came to when we were in LA, when some of you guys were in LA, and she was teaching with Fluky and Skeeter Rabbit.
Peter, yeah. Yeah. But anyway, everybody, I'm glad that you're all safe and we're still locking, you know. So therefore, we're going to have a good time because we get a chance to meet one another and know one another. And that's what we do as lockers. We all become friends because we are the dancers. So therefore, this is our family. Okay.
You guys have just become the street dance family, street dance family. You know, added on to many more to come. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over to Doug, and thank you guys again for all being part, and just be yourselves and talk about your street dance history, stuff like that, like who your favorite dancer, what inspired you to be a dancer, who inspired you to be a locker and your first teacher and stuff like that. It'll be great. And you can start maybe like the age of like 10 o'clock. I mean, 10 o'clock, I've said that. I mean, so
13. Do 13 instead of 5 because you say 5.
I heard a phone ring in the background here, and it's kind of too off. But yes, you can start at the age around 10 and up, so that we can move. And you have at least 6 to 8 minutes to tell your story. I know you can't say a lot. And then at the end, if we have time, I would love for you guys to ask at any time when we're doing this. You guys can ask myself a question, Scoo B, or Damita, or one of your other members a question, okay? And you just ask us and we'll be glad. That's what we're here for. And we just want you to know that we do have some OGs here that really care about the rest of the dancers out there. So Doug, thank you for everything, and it's all you, brother.
Thank you, Alpha, for giving us this chance to share our stories. And as we talked before, we would like to have the youngest one first to share their stories. Like we have Ivonne here first. Like please, Ivonne, she's my student, and she's the youngest one here, and
Have them raise her hand. Yvonne.
yeah,
there's-
the orange shirt.
Yeah.
Yes,
Just
Yvonne.
have them raise their hand because I can see the name, but if somebody else is watching, they can't see the name. We want to know who they are, so we'll know exactly who to go to. So thank you.
Thank you, Yvonne. Please.
Hi, I'm
Hello.
Ivonne from Hong Kong, and I'm 23 years old now. Yeah, and I started to dance locking since I was in university. That kind of dance society in university, and and my first teacher was Doug, and he taught me from zero, like everything in locking, and now has been 3.5 years. Yeah.
Oh,
And it just naturally led me to continue dance locking on and on. Yeah.
Good. So have you, do you do any shows or anything like that, or in contests and stuff like that?
Because we got a crew since 2 years ago, a locking crew, and then we have joined some choreography contest locally, and we also joined the World of Dance last year, yeah, together with my crewmates. Yeah.
What is the name of the crew? Which I know the name, but tell everyone the name of the crew. What is the name of your?
It's called the Quickies. Yeah, some of us are also here. Yeah.
I just want to get that out of you. I know, I know the name of the crew. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else you would like to say about you? Did you do any other dance? If you don't talk, I'm gonna have to force you to
we'll
talk.
pull it out of you.
So don't worry. I'll ask you a question. So did you do any other dance style before you start locking?
Mainly for now is locking, but before, when I was a kid, I danced some ballet, but it was just my mom pulled me in. I didn't know what was going on, but until university, and then like everything to start from zero in street dance, and I found it very fascinating in this kind of dance style, and just kept on doing it and practice and do it, and would join some local battles and some choreo competition with my friends. Yeah, like that.
To be
But
in
my
the
experience is not that.
Do you like to be in competitions?
Yeah, it's kind of to push myself to test my limit. Yeah, to see actually what was going on at that moment of time of myself. Yeah. And it also can build a stronger relationship with my friends, like my crewmates. It's kind of a opportunity.
Well, all you guys are very good, and I watch your video because I'm the one that put them out there. So you guys send the videos to me, and I post everyone's videos. So you're an excellent dancer. So I'm really glad to know.
I like to answer a question.
Yes, you do that, Mr. Scoo B Doo.
Yes. Do you do soul dancing?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Okay. If you do soul dancing, do you add locking to your soul dancing?
I think it's kind of fake to say what's the soul dancing for me, because maybe I'm still on the way to find what is this soul dancing.
Okay. Good. Well, you need to ask Doug. You need to know more about soul dancing.
Well, but that's a good question. So it's things like that, because Scooby asked you that, and it sounds like you might be the youngest in the group or the youngest locker in the group. And soul dance is part of what we did, outside of locking and putting soul dance in locking and stuff like that. So it's probably not fair for you to be the one to get that question, but it's probably good though that if one of you guys were to ask, it's things like that because one of you guys like that. So it's probably not fair.
Is somebody talking?
No, someone has their Facebook on. You have to turn your Facebook off or down. Hello? Yeah, okay, you did? Okay, good. So like, if I would, because since you didn't talk to much, we're taking up your actual little 5 minutes. Because normally we don't say too much while people are talking. But one of you guys should ask Damita or myself or Scooby, what is soul dance? So if you're not familiar with it, they could tell you. And I would recommend you asking Scooby. You don't have to ask him right now because he asked you, but one of you should ask him that. When you guys have a question, ask him what it is.
Yeah, ask him.
Ask him.
Ask him. Ivonne.
Yeah, we'll ask you. We'll ask you later, like after our stories, and then we will ask your questions.
Yeah. Whenever you feel like it, you guys just do your thing. Okay. So, any other thing you would like to say before we let you go?
I don't know.
Thank you, though. But you've been great. Okay, Doug.
Okay, thank you, Ivonne. She's my student, but also we got another locking teacher in Hong Kong here. That's Carter, and some of those in this group are from learn from Carter. Yeah. Okay. So I would like to start from WaMui, this one. Yeah, because she's from she learned from Carter. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, please WaMui.
Right. Hello everyone.
Hi.
I'm WaMui, and also you can call me Tanya. And yes, I'm laughing. And actually, I start locking from university since I was a member of a city dance society. And there was a showcase showing locking and whacking. But at that time, I just want to choose something different. Like normal girl wouldn't choose for their major dance style, which is locking, because it's a very powerful, it's a very funky dancing. And mostly girls would like to have a more elegant and pretty style. And actually, at that time, I feel like locking is a very funny dance style because the moves and the foundation looks very like hilarious somehow. Yeah, but I just like the vibe because it's like I enjoy having social dancing with other people, because locking is a party dance and you gotta connect with other people, and that what makes us our battle very fun, because you can see many interaction with the audience somehow. And actually, when I was in dance society and I met Jose. Jose, hi. Where Jose is actually like that. He was like the only one dancing locking in City University actually at that time, and I learned from Abi. Yeah. I learned from Abi, and which is the first locking style in my life, and locking teacher in my life. And then and Jose is the second, I'll say. Yeah, because he teach many things, many foundation, many concepts in locking to me when we are like practicing in the SDS in the place. And at that time, he was inviting me to join a battle in Taiwan, which is OBS. And actually that time I didn't know what is battle. I just want to play and I just want to like dance around with people. And then I follow Jose to go to Taiwan and dance and connect with other many other dancers. And starting from that trip, I start my passion in locking because I feel like it's a real thing that I can get connect with genuine people and with like I can create many happiness in my life. Yeah, that's why I chose locking, and I would say locking chose me somehow. Yeah.
Ah,
Oh, very
okay.
Like that. Yeah.
good.
So you're another person because I think that I chose you earlier when I was just because normally before I start doing the different countries, I would go on and watch videos from different people, and I saw your video, and that's why you were on once before, and because the style of locking was totally different than I was used to, and because you were like fast, quick. You move quick. You know, I mean, in that one particular, yeah. So very good, and we can tell that that it chose that I can see where you say it chose you because it fits you well. And I noticed one of your other videos that you actually add when you do like other stuff, even if it's slightly whacking, you still add a little locking into it. If you do something like da da da, you still come down with that. So that's a really good thing. So we love that when people. We don't like it when people do some other dance that they're known for and then maybe put a locking in. We love when lockers add a little something,
Yes.
a little character into it, and
Yes, it's a little creativity.
little creativity. So very good.
Thank you so much.
And so you should be proud and keep doing it. Keep dancing. Keep dancing.
Actually, we have another crew, a locking crew in Hong Kong, which is Party Gangs. Yeah, we are like Party Gangs and Quickies are like the I would say famous or people love us doing locking. I can feel like this community is a very loved and very peaceful community because every people like from different crew we can connect, we can cyber, we can party all the time together with other crewmates or other dance style dancer. So it was so fun.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Thank you so much for being part of the panel again. Doug?
Yes, sir. And thank you, WaMui. And the next one, I think I would like to have Agao. Yes, Agao is one of my other students from the Quickies, and also, yeah, she danced mostly almost like the same members here. Yeah, so I would like to have her to share first. Agao, please.
Hello. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. Because I got some technical problem, so
Yes.
I cannot use my AirPod. Yeah. So hello, my name is Gao, and you can also call me Gerie. Gerie is my English name. Yes, and I dance locking for almost 5 or 6. I can't remember. Almost 5 or 6 years already.
Woo.
Yeah, and Doug is my first locking teacher, and then until now. So, he teach us locking and soul dance. Yes. So,
Hey, Doug.
Yes.
before I dance locking, I do many different styles. Yeah. Why laugh? Yeah. And I do hip hop and maybe some girlish style like jazz, street jazz. Yes, jazz and some yeah. And when I was very young, like in the primary school, I danced Chinese dance.
Ah.
So before I start locking, I try to find a different way to express myself. But when I meet Doug, and then he teach me locking, and then I feel locking makes me very happy, and I'm so enjoy dancing with the funk music. So I continue to dance with locking to be my main style, but I love listen to an other style song to dance with locking, like hip hop song and dance hall, something like that. Yeah, I love music.
Yes.
So I love to play with the music with my locking.
Very good.
Music dictates.
I remember when she was at first, she told me before, like she firstly came to my class. After the class, she said it's so difficult. And after that class, I never see her again for 1 or 2 years. After that, she appears again. Like,
because when I finish the lesson and then I go out the classroom, and then that asked me, "Hey, what's your name?" And then I said, "I'm Gao." And then he said, and his face is like very mad. and then okay, Gao, I will remember you. And then I'm so afraid.
That's funny.
yeah, I think I scared her and then she disappeared.
For the whole 2 years.
Yes.
But apparently it worked out because you're an excellent dancer as well. Because like I said,
yeah, but then I find out Doug is a very kind teacher, and he let us to develop our own style. Yeah,
that's good. That's very important too. Yeah. I think that's one of the most important things once you do those foundations is to find your own self and do your own style.
Yeah.
So you look like the other dancer. So I'm all for that. I am that person from OG. I'm the most different out of all of the lockers that you would see. I'm different than all the rest. So I love when people say that because I think that's the way it should be. And that's what Dunn says.
Yeah,
Dunn
get to be unique.
Yeah, I said learn the fundamentals, do him, and then create your and then create your own style. And I call it just do you. Mm-hmm. Once you learn, just do you, and keep the fundamentals there.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? So very good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gao. And then the next one, I would like to have Kayi, because Gao and Kayi almost like, for me, it's almost like the same time to dance. Yeah. So Kayi, please.
I'm Kayi. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was in this show last time actually with Mr. Alpha and Ali from Indonesia and and a lot of other Asian, girls, lockers.
Yes, you were there.
It was nice. Yeah. I'm the Apple girl, if you remember me.
Yes.
Yeah, I work for Apple, Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was having problems with my Apple stuff, and I wanted to call you and tell you.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you how I remember you real quick, because you are the one that does series. You work in the series department, right? When you say, "Hey, series," right?
Yeah. Yeah, hey Siri. That's cool. I mean, yeah, I love series. Series fun. It's fun to work. Can you stop? I'm sorry. To work for this job like Siri. So let's talk about dance first. No Siri.
Talk about dance. My fault.
Yeah. So I've been dancing locking for 5 years, and actually I introduced myself on my history last time, but like very quickly I started learning it from Doug, and I've been joining some competitions and going overseas and joining events like Fun Kicks, some big ones, and then just the debut, and which is gone forever now. Yeah, and lockdown in Singapore, Lock City held by Aga from Taiwan, and all these events, and it's really cool. And then I think I love locking because in the beginning it really attracts me that like it's so full of dynamics, the movements, and it's full of power and energy, and really makes me feel so cool when I'm dancing it or watching it. you know it's always like when you first started dancing, you always want to look cool, like being cool is the key to attract the guys and the girls. Yeah, and then like after that I slowly get into the world of funk music. I'm pretty sure in Asia, or at least for me, is like we learn the style, or we like the style earlier than we like the music. So it's like we're always attracted by the technical stuff. Like it's like it looks so cool when I learn like the movement and or like the style, like before that we learn like how great funk music is. And then like I was like that, and then like when I dance I learn more and more foundations and the basics. I started to like like get into the zone of funk music, and which is something that really makes me so like hype when I'm dancing. And like I start to love the music, and it really keeps me going. And after that, I think now most of my motivation is that like locking this style really like helps me to know more about myself, know more about the relationship between myself and others. Like how do I really do myself without like without just without ignoring, or like I always respect myself and always respect others, and like and how do I really do myself um when I'm also appreciating others, like never look down on myself, always respect my style and stuff. It kind of like helped me to establish my philosophy of life. It's really cool. I love it.
Good.
Yeah. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like just wanna like share why I love locking so much. And it's always cool to meet you guys, Mr. Alpha, Mr. Scooby Doo, and Miss Damita Joe Freeman. It's really nice to like have you guys here and look into your face and hearing your voice and laughter. That's really touching every time.
Good. Very good. And
Thank you.
and thank you for doing the show for me when you were in LA. You guys, the quickies, everyone still, they really loved the seeing you guys when you were there in LA, because that particular crowd had never seen a big group of lockers live like that. And that was excellent. And you guys were so patient of how I had to get you guys from one city to another. That was amazing. Doug, we at the airport trying to get a van. So
Yeah.
that was fun. That's when I got to know people from Hong Kong, how great and how nice you guys all are. It was my first experience, to speak with any of the dancers from Hong Kong, and then getting to know Doug it's been an honor. He's really a cool guy. So you had an excellent teacher and a really nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, series. Thank you, series.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kayi. Okay, thank you, Kayi. And I think the next one I would like to have Gerin to share his story, please. Thank you.
Uh, okay, all right. So hi everyone. I'm Gerin. So I'm actually from Indonesia. So I came to Hong Kong to study, and then now I've been working full time in Hong Kong. So I started locking about like 2016. So I've been locking for almost 5 years now. But I've been dancing for quite a while, since about almost 10 years ago. I started by doing choreography, watching a lot of YouTube. Those are the times where YouTube videos dancing are kind of like booming. So I was so like inspired. Oh, these people are looking so cool. And like coming to around 2015 and 16, I was not quite sure on what to do with dancing. And I was working full time, so Monday to Friday was a no-no. At least on the weekdays, I couldn't just go to dance classes. But as WaMui said, when she said locking finds her, I do feel like locking find me as well, because that's where I find Carter. Like I remember Carter's class on that year was every Friday night. So I feel like, oh, this is perfect. I wanna like I've been watching videos and oh, this is perfect. Every Friday night I don't have to worry about work tomorrow. So I from since then I've been joining her class. For the whole year I joined her class every Friday. That's what I remember. So Kara introduced me to locking. So even though I'm from Indonesia, so I basically I'm Hong Kong locker because I learned all about locking in Hong Kong. So Kara was my first teacher, and will be ever my teacher, because she introduced me to this culture. So while ever since then, I got introduced to these amazing people. I meet. I think I remember I meet WaMui first time. I meet Tanya like early in Carter's class. And then from there got introduced to battles because previously I just do choreography, so I just know like how to make a very cool choreography video, like how about to think all this movement. But this is like I think locking is the first time that this is more about I feel like it's more about the community, like improving together. So because of that anyone can hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
heard you.
Okay, yeah. My screen just went off, so I'm not sure if everybody can hear me.
Oh.
Yep. But yeah. So basically, that's how I got introduced to locking, and then from since there on, I joined the crew party gangs. I think about 2 years ago, we did a lot of. I joined a lot of battles. Also joined choreography competitions. Our crew party gangs. We previously we joined Hip Hop International in Taiwan. That was on 2019. It was last year. Also, we joined Just Debut Thailand. Yeah, I think I really like. I don't know why because I came from a very like choreography mind. As a dancer, I really like the very artistic side of doing choreography, but I feel like for locking, it attracts me so much because you don't have to I feel like for me you don't have to think much when you dance locking. Like when you hear the funk music, when you hear the funk, you just gotta dance and groove, just have fun and perform. I think even like in battles, joining battles and so many competitions, it's not I think for me winning is cool, but I just want to get into this like performing in front of people and try to I feel like for me dancing is like telling a joke. If people like connect with you and people like laugh or people react to what you're doing, I feel like I already feel really good, yeah, so I feel like it's more like for me to express and perform in front of people to express myself. That's why I really like locking. Yeah.
I think that's probably the best way to look at locking is to look at it that you're not really doing it to, yeah, you want to win, but you're not doing it because you're going to win. You want to do it because you love it, and that because that's how I actually got into it. When I met Scooby was like the first locker I met, and we've been best friends ever since. I mean, that's a long time ago. We're still best friends, and but that's why I did it because I just loved it. I love dancing, so and I just got lucky and did a bunch of shows. But it wasn't about the money when I started, you know, and I didn't realize, oh, I can make money doing this. Holy. so that's what I did. So, but congratulations on, you know, you working and still doing, you know, and dancing. Very good.
And being a choreographer. All right.
Oh yeah.
Get a chance to create and put things in, take things out, put it, you know, make it interesting. And it's all on your level. It's your creativity that's doing it. That's what's so fun to do. And you're doing it. See, so all of it's fun.
Yeah, it's all for the fun.
It's
I'm
from
doing
your
it.
heart.
Yeah. Yeah, I really love like how I can use locking. You know, locking comes the basics of it from funk music, but I really like to use locking foundations to make different kind of choreography with. So I kind of like, I don't really kind of like forget my past doing choreographies. I just kind of like use that with locking nowadays, so I can create more. So I think that's I find it really fun. Like can show what I can make with this choreography. So locking is new. I've been doing choreography for so long, but when I can combine it and make an art, I feel very satisfied. Yeah.
Very good. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gerin. I watched some of his choreography with locking videos. Like it is so
really?
so nice.
I'm gonna
Really cool.
So I have to look at some of them.
Yeah, really good. Yeah, I can send you some videos. Okay. After Gerin, I would like to have another guy, which is not from Hong Kong, but a Hong Kong locker. That's Jose, the cool cat.
The cool cat.
Yeah.
I like that.
Hello, Jose. Jose, you're muted.
Can you hear us?
Can y'all hear me?
Hey,
yeah, now.
How you doing,
Hola. I'm good. How are y'all doing?
Okay.
Hi, my name is Jose. I'm a cool cat, as you know, my name states. Yeah.
Love that name.
Thank
you look like a cool cat, so that's cool.
Oh wow. Thank you, Alpha. It's an honor, you know. Where do I start? I'm
Where are you
Filipino. I'm Filipino, Mr.
Ooh.
Doug. I'm Filipino. And I was born in Hong Kong. But I consider myself a Hong Kong person because, you know, I grew up here. I know all the people here. I know how to speak. I hope I know how to speak Cantonese, the language here, you know what I'm saying? So I hope I represent Hong Kong wherever I go. How I started locking is a little bit, I don't know, I would say a little bit different from everybody. I started out playing music back in high school. I used to play a lot of rock and roll, you know, like Chuck Berry, you know, AC/DC, all that stuff. And slowly I got to know a lot. You know, I came from a music background first and started to understand, you know, blues music, what is blues music, what's jazz music. And then that was in high school, I think. Like that was when I was in high school, and then I suddenly discovered locking because of two reasons. One reason was because I was in a party and people were telling me to dance, and I didn't know how to dance. I just like, you know, stood there. I had some shock. I didn't know what to do, and I just wanted to kind of express myself, but I didn't know how. So I just started to look around for, you know, dance styles to really learn. And what drew me to locking was, I think, like a very specific video of a dance contest, and the two people who I will always attribute starting locking for is Mr. Firelock and Mr. Hurricane from the USA. You know what I'm saying? These guys are like, they introduced me to you know, how unique locking is, and you know, just being energetic and being yourself, and you know, showing yourself, and that really attracted me towards locking at the first place. So I was like, damn, I gotta go learn some locking, you know. That's the way to go. And one of my first teachers was I would say the teacher who really helped me define my style is Mr. Doug himself in the flesh, because at the time I wasn't really like taking any classes. I was just trying to learn the foundations off of YouTube first, you know. Obviously that didn't go so well, you know, but Mr. Doug really helped me define my style and just get the techniques and the foundations correct before moving on to the feeling of the music, and it really helped me define it. Really helped me level up. So thank you, Mr. Doug, for bringing me into this life. You know what I'm saying? And then yeah, I've been dancing for I think 9 years right now. I've been fortunate enough to go to a lot of dance contests internationally, and representing in Hong Kong and in Asia. I've been to Just Debout in France. Been to World of Dance in LA. Just a bunch of different competitions here and there, and I appreciate how this locking style has really brought us to know more about each person and each of their cultures and stuff. I how do you say, I like to use locking to really understand what oh man, give me a second, I'm loading with my thoughts. uh I really love funk music, and I use locking to kind of really help me understand what funk music really means to me, and just generally like learning more about what American culture was like back then, and how locking was made. Because yeah, I'm a person who really like learn like wants to know more about everything for no reason, like so recently I've been after LA, after visiting Mr. Alpha in LA, taking that class with Mr. Damita, Freeman, Mr. Skeeter Rabbit, it made me, and I think Skeeter Rabbit said something that he was like, power is not about how strong you are. It's about how much the power to represent yourself. And that really touched me because that's what I feel like locking is, man. You gotta represent yourself, and you need to have the power to do so, and to express yourself freely. And I was like, wow, that really touched me. So but after then, that really helped. I wanted to use I really want to study like how funk music makes me be myself. What are the aspects of funk music that make me wanna do myself? What happened way back then that in the 70s when you guys were doing locking? Like, what was going on in your head in the first? What are the emotions? What was going on in your life back then? I guess that's one question I would like to ask you three. What was going on in your life that? Huh? Sorry. Oh, sorry. What was going on in your what was going on in your life when you got into dancing, and what made you like really really want to dance locking, when you guys started out? That's what I would like to ask you guys, if you don't mind me passing the
guy's gonna do it first.
Scooby should answer that question.
You
should answer
first.
Oh, you want me? Okay. What was I into?
Yes.
To make me get into locking? Is that what he's asking me? Well, at the time, I was wanting to have a lot of fun and go out, but I didn't know anybody, but I knew that I wanted to feel good at wherever I go. And so when I went to the club, I knew that made me feel the best than I've ever seen in my life. But it just happened, the place that I went to go to feel good, Don Campbell was there that day. So whatever he was doing, if he was putting his finger in his his ear, I was doing it too. Because whatever he did, I wanted to do whatever he was doing.
Very good, Scoo. Damita?
As for me, I was coming out of high school, and my celebrations, my girlfriends, they took me to a club, and it was a famous club where all the young kids used to go. It's called Mavericks Flat. Who was there was three guys. One was Scoo B Doo, one was Perry Brown, and then there was Campbell. And the three of them came in, and you know how, you try to dance real nice with the girls, and you're doing the quickie little nice things because we all want to be accepted. And so all of a sudden, they started to dance, and that's moving the crowd back. And as they danced, I watched and I kept looking, and Campbell was doing, it was so many different movements, and it was entertaining to the audience. It was always pointing to the girl. It was always slap. You know, it was always splitting. It was always jumping. It was always, I just said, oh my God. And the second thing, the second day, that's when I got a chance to actually meet Campbell. And when I said that you dance good, you dance good. And he said, oh, he said, you, me, we're gonna dance. And I went, no. No. I didn't know what he was doing. No. So anyway, he grabbed me. We started to dance. I'm doing my little breakdown. Oh, they're real cool. Okay, he's now going around me. He's now split. He's now pointing. He's now this, you know, and I'm going like, oh my God. Then my girlfriends were yelling, Damita, follow him. So I started to go whap, bam, boom, bam, boom, down, boom, bam, bam, bam. You know, whatever he was doing, except fall on the floor. I would not fall on the floor. A woman doesn't fall on the floor in 1970. Are you cute? We're just cute. Okay. Then Scooby jumps in. It's like they were on the hips, all three of them. Bam, whap, boom, bam, there. Scooby doing the Scooby Doo. Okay, now he's going. I'm going, oh my God, follow him. So I'm following him. And then, of course, there was Perry Brown, who was doing all the runaround. See, all three of them were doing locking, but they were doing differently. Each one had their own style. So to me, it was never the same. It was always done differently. And because Campbell, of course, you know, the Superman flying the dead, that's later on because we created different moves at a certain time. We didn't do it all in one day. And as for meeting Alpha, honey, on Soul Train, he did this crazy move. It was a Russian type of dance. And I'm looking, I'm saying, oh my, and how easy he would get split. Do this, what do you call it? The
corkscrew.
The corkscrew pop back up and he's gone. And I'm going like, Lord, today. That was a magical time for me to see this new kind of dancing blossom, you know, because we were doing the rock steady and what else were we? Oh, the chicken. And everybody was trying to blend. Campbell locking, the style made it different. It was everybody, it made everybody stand out. It was the boy that was at the on the wall watching. You know, it took everybody out of the corners. Guys jumped in and started dancing, following Scooby, following Campbell, even down to the clothes. Excuse me, our clothes were what you would get would be at these stores for 50 cents and $1, and you know these are little bit of clothes, but we thought we were looking cool anyway. It was our style, and we hit that a nightclub, and people started following what we were doing. And I'm being the girl, I was doing the more feminine, because see, girls didn't hit floors, you know. So I threw my leg up. So by holding my leg up and I spin it around and doing a stop and go, we get a chance to create. That's why I'm employing everybody. Even though we brought out tools, we didn't, you guys keep creating different of our moves. I mean, there was the which way, of course, that it goes, your leg goes side to side. Okay, of course, Fluky, it hurt his, he always said when he turned, you know, it kind of hurt his hip. So he started to pick up his knees. Then he would hold his hand and he would go like this. But still, it's the which way because he got it from this way. If you look at Soul Train, you'll see him going to the left, going to the right. But then he started the leg going up. So I'm just saying, take pieces from, after you learn what we have done, you take pieces and you make it your own. And that's what Doug is doing. I watched Doug, how he danced. And I said, oh, look at him. He's kind of like adding a little thing on it. And I think it's cool. So I'm just saying, for the women, stay as you are. The men also create. I mean, you go to school, right? You learn 1 and 1 is equal 2, but then you learn about a little bit, oh, let's make that a little different. Can I divide the 2? No, can I multiply the 1, you know? So there's different elements, but it's still arithmetic. Am I right?
Right.
So,
Thank
so
you so much.
therefore, these are just pieces. And even the music, you don't have to listen to exactly the soul music that you can listen to Beethoven. You can listen to anything. You can make any kind of music yours, you know, and even just no music and you use your mouth. Boom, 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 so I'm just saying, play, and you just do your own kind of music. Even when I did the guitar, you know, I love bass. I just love the music bass. And played on all the different music. So every time I would hear bam, 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 you know, and also looking at people, bam, 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 bam. And Campbell used to turn the hat. He would turn the hat and then split. I mean, it was so many different things. I always consider all of us like we're the Harlem Globetrotters. Out here, that was a basketball team, great basketball players that got together, and not only did they do basketball, which that was perfect, but they entertained everybody. So you start liking the basketball. You start liking them. So that's what the movements was for me. I just love that music. Thank you.
Well, that was a good question. Whoever asked that.
No, I know, very good. Well, I'm not going to say mine, but I do have one. We said enough for all of us on that one. But I want to mention something to Joseph though. When I was watching your video, you did like an alpha, and then you fell back on your back, like you didn't put your hands back, right? I said, I looked at it, I had to like rewind and go like, did he just do that? And no, the thing is that when they call me Alpha because I created it. I didn't give it the name. I think maybe Damita might have given it the name because I used to do it so much. But I remember in a contest that Scooby and I was in, it was a bunch of us there, but I was in a contest and I was doing the alpha and I forgot to put my hands back and I fell back just like you did, but I knocked myself out. That was the only time I ever did that. And then I woke up and Scooby had me out in the car going, are you all right? So I was waiting to tell you that because when I saw you do that, I was like, whoa, that's, I remember that. So, but anyways, but my story, as you guys have heard, but thank you, Damita. If you have anything else you want to say, Joseph, before we move on? Yes. Thank you, Damita. You were great, Scooby. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Honey, I'll go on forever, so stop me when you can.
No, I gotta say that when we called Damita on the phone, we had to like move our schedule. Right? We called thinking we're gonna talk to her for 5 minutes. We're like 2 hours now. Damita, we can't say nothing. We just listen. But we love her so.
Wait a minute. You know, Alva, you're so right. I gotta say that. I called Damita and she started texting me, right? I said, Damita, you got to say whatever you're going to say within 10 words. That thing was so long. She put like 45,000 words about what she wanted to do. I said, oh my God.
Yeah, so that's one of the things we love about her.
Thank you. That's why you love me so much.
That's why we call you. Otherwise, I wouldn't. If anyone else, I wouldn't call them. Okay, Joseph. Thank you for that question. If you have anything else you would like to say?
Oh, yeah. Like, if the alpha that I did on that specific video, if they chalked you so much that I, fell on my back, it was a very like I wanted to do it, and it was it felt to me it was the right time to do it in that particular part of the song, and I just did it, and I didn't care about whether I would get knocked out or not. I was just like, oh, I gotta go do it. You know what I'm saying? And my mom, and fun fact, here's a fun fact. My mom watched it, and she was like, "You must be absolutely out of your mind to do some moves like that." You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but it's cool. I'm not hurt. Yeah, I just wanted to share that.
Good, good. Well, I didn't do mine on purpose. I just forgot. I forgot to put my hands back for some reason. I don't know. But anyway, but thank you, Doug.
Thank you, Say. And we got the last two. I would like to have Sunny go first, and then we go to Kata. Okay, Sunny.
Guys, hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, I am Sunny, and I start dancing since 2010 till now, almost 11 years. And I love knocking because I saw a video from YouTube when I study in secondary school. Yeah, and the video is about 4 dancers perform in BOTY 2005, and they are Hildy and Boss and also Cusco from Japan. The first image for me, the fast Kearney movement and also the funk music, I feel so joyful for me. So make me very interested in locking. And I was a chance for join the dance society until I study in university, but there was no many choice for me to learn how to knocking because there was old school hip hop class only for all members. Although I joined hip hop class only, I still find in other places can let me know how to knocking. Finally, I find a studio called BCDC, and then locking tutor is a Doug and also a Lockman. Okay, so to make me start locking. I remember that I was very poor, yeah, when I was young. So I need study and also a part-time job. So I haven't many time and money for take more class. Maybe take 1 month class and I need to stop around 2 months. Okay, but I still keep practice when I was free. So make me very focused when I take class because I don't know when I was low money. Okay. I joined a private class. I remember that maybe 2013. Yeah. It's organized by Doug Lee Fang. Yeah, Doug. Okay, the private class. And there was a chance he asked me to join in to one locking crew called To the Funk. Okay. And that trained up all of us without any chance, without any charge. So maybe I'm so poor, but I still can learn a lot from him. Yeah, so we're really thanks a lot to my teacher. Yeah, Doug. Okay, and my crewmate also always support me when I practice battle or anything. For my first dance trip, go to Taiwan, and I also go with my crewmate. Yeah, I remember that. Till 2018, Dad had idea, and he want to create one more locking crew to gathering some new generation lockers, and the crew is called the Crickets. Okay, Alpha and Damita also know the Crickets. Okay, and we are keep join many competition, and we have a chance to join World of Dance World Final. Okay, this is my first time go to America. I'm very happy and make us friends with Alpha and Damita. Okay, yeah, really so touching this time because I know more. For my dance history, I'm not just go to battle or some competition event. I also keep organize some locking event for all of locking Hong Kong lockers. Sorry, yeah. And for example, to the fun session, yeah, organized with my crew to the funk, and also I'm one of the organizer in Hong Kong for locking China, and also I'm a locking teacher. And I start to share my dance since 2016 till now. Yeah, and I keep teaching kids, secondary school, university, and also some studio. And I keep to try my best to let my students enjoy and create. And I think that is so hard for living in Hong Kong. So I hope all my students can work-life balance. For me, dance is a lifestyle, so I keep to make my life better to let me more enjoy the music and dance. For me, I have 7 things in my dance concept. The first 1 to 7, keep learn, practice, listen, watch, try, join, and the final is pay. Okay, because I think dance is just pay. Yeah, okay, pray. And finally, I want to say thank you to my teacher, yeah, the Lee Funk. Yeah, because he let me know more locking, and also he inspired me a lot. Yeah, thank you.
Very good, good, very good. You know, I on your video, I was well put together. I loved your video that I put out. That was very good, and you even did the duel of yourself, right? That was good. And like the subway, no one's there, maybe 1 or 2 people. You did a very good job. So
for my video, I have a topic. The topic is talk to myself, because dance make me know more about myself.
That's a good concept. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, thank you.
Very good. And thank you. And it was good seeing you when you were here as well.
Me too.
Everybody was cool. I've never done that before, so it's memorable to me for you guys to have come down and just off the cuff said, okay, we'll do the show for your friend. Yeah. Okay, thank you again, Sunny.
Thank you, Sunny. And then last one, we have Kata. She's another locking teacher in Hong Kong, like teaching for a long time. Yeah, she's a very experienced teacher too. Kata.
I watched her video.
Yes.
Hello, everybody. This is Kata from Hong Kong. So good to see you guys. Really good to see you, because in this situation we can meet and talk. It's very feel blessed about it. So so let me share something about how I start to dance. So when I was young, I always watching TV, and I love them. My favorite channel is MTV channel. So I love listen many different kind of music, for example, hip hop and funk music. and I always looking the guys doing different dance move in the MV, so I learned from it. So I think it's really cool. And some breaking move, I think, oh my God, how can a people stand with hand only one hands only is pretty good. So that's why I want to try and learn. So and then after I start with dance, it's breaking. I was a big girl. So and then after that, I think uh I like more listen to funk music. So I changed to learn some different kind of dance. So at the end, I think why I love locking is the most because I love funk music when I was young, because it makes me happy and make me wanna groove and dance. So after I learned dance, I met many good people in my life, and these these kinds of people share many things with me. For example, knowledge, music, and we always go out to chill together and dance together in the party. So this is life what I want. So that's why I still doing locking and dance.
Yeah, so you have been teaching for how long?
I think around 8 years, just so short time. Yeah.
How long have you been dancing?
Yeah.
How long you've been locking?
Since 2008, 2008, 2007 to 8. Yeah.
Have you met any of the OGs like Camelot Jr. or Scoob or any other guys?
Yes.
Those guys.
Yes. I remember I first met Don in Taiwan. I went to join a Taiwan battle, locking battle, and he was the judge in that battle. Yes, he shared many knowledge and share many comments with me about my dance and give me many advice what I doing in the future, what should I achieve. So he is very kind, so I love him so much. Yeah,
that's great. And did you meet anyone else? Did you meet Scooby out there, or Tony Gogo?
Yes, Tony Gogo. Yeah. Yes, Tony Gogo. Tony Gogo always come to Hong Kong a few years ago. So he come here to share many kind of technique and steps and cool move with us. So I quite love his style and very cool. Yeah. I also like Gogo Brothers too.
Yes, the Gogo Brothers.
Yeah, they are
our idol.
Talented family, the Gogo Brothers and Tony himself, So yeah, I was asked because the way you dance, you dance like like a instructor, like very good. You're a very good dancer. Because like I said, I watched videos and but you're very experienced, I could tell. So that's
Thank you.
I just want to ask, what made you decide to be a teacher also?
Actually, why I start to teach because there was a studio in my district, in my town. It's the only one studio there, and they have some students would like to learn locking. That's why the boss, the owner of that studio, asked me to, hey, would you like to come to teach these guys some locking? And then that's why I called that and hey, there is a studio asked me to teach. Can I go to teach? Any advice for me? And then that said, oh, just go to try. Then I just start to teach there. Yeah.
Scooby.
Scooby, he's playing with his machine.
You have any questions for her?
What I'd like to know, I seen Alpha's videos, and I always wondered when I seen ladies dance, when they move, because the first one I ever seen doing locking was Damita, and I'm watching people dance who's doing locking, who are ladies, and I noticed something that they probably don't think of or they need to add. Okay, so what I want to ask you is, have you seen Damita dance on Soul Train or any of these moves? Now remember, Damita is she's the first, #1 first lock lady. Okay. So I just like to know, have you seen her dance before? Well, I have something to ask after that. But first, have you seen her dance before?
I watch some video of Tony Basil. Yes, female lockers on on TV, on some YouTube channels. But when I was young, there was no YouTube, and some old video, some VCD maybe. Yeah.
Okay. The reason why I said this, and Tony Basil is very good. Okay. So you watch a very good one. The reason why I'm asking this for, and I'm glad I got this chance to say this, is because there's something in watching Damita dance, and she's the first female, is I noticed, and it's something that ladies probably should catch on and try to get it. Can you see how many different things that she does and goes back to locking? That is the only person that I've seen that can do that. You can name like 15 different things that she does and go back to locking. So I think that's very good for people to pick up.
Yeah, very good, and that's probably for guys too, you know. But but I understand what you're saying. But yeah, but you know, I look at it the same way. I just see that I noticed that the style of ladies has changed quite a bit.
Yeah.
You know, because it pretty much changed with like Anna Sanchez. You guys know who Anna is? Anna, they call her Lollipop. She was like one of the first, you know, a dancer out there for like going to contests and stuff like that. Damita was like in the very beginning, but then she got too big for us. She became an actress and choreographing this and working here. So she kind of like did all those things. But there was a few ladies that was out there that was very creative. But Carter, I looked at her dance, very you know, active, and she's very.
Thank you.
Very good.
Yeah, so I can tell that your students must be real happy to have you as their teacher. Yeah, just like Doug. You know, Doug is an excellent teacher. And
thank you.
So, but thank you very much.
You keep it going. I love you for keeping it going.
Yeah.
Thank you. I love you guys
so much.
Yeah. So, you know, and the reason that I don't usually say much when the dancers are talking, and we don't interact very much. But this time normally we have like 2 hours that we talk. But I saw that you guys was moving so fast that we weren't going to make 2 hours of talking because you guys were so I was trying to help along with the conversation, and you guys did an excellent job doing that. I think I'm gonna do that a little bit more. So we're gonna start having less people, because normally, like last week, was it last week?
Yeah.
people on the
4
panel.
hours.
Yeah, almost 4 hours.
4 hours.
Yeah, almost 4 hours. It was like 3.5, maybe three and 45 minutes, something like that. So I like this format. So I think you guys just made me have a different look of how we're going to treat this from now on, because now we have Doug, and if unless Doug is going to talk 45 minutes, we're ahead of ourselves.
And we get a chance to talk to one another. That's the part I love.
Yeah. So when Doug, because there's no one else, right, Doug, besides you, right? Everyone else has spoken. So
yeah, I think so.
So we're gonna, Doug is gonna tell us his story, and then if you guys have any questions whatsoever, I mean about anything that you want to know, this is the time. You have like probably you're gonna have like at least 30 minutes of just talking to some just to let you know. Scooby said Damita was the first female locker, which is true. Scooby was the second male locker, period, in locking. And so you have like, that's why I always, when I said I was going to do traveling, going to different countries, I thought it would be great to have Damita as the first lady, and created a lot of steps. The move that you guys call the quickie is really the stop and go. And she created that. And Scooby has created so many different moves. So these two are really known. And so like, yeah, Don is by far our, you know, I call him the godfather of locking. That's just my opinion. You know, Don is, and I love Don. But then there came Scooby, and teaching all this. He helped teach a lot of the other lockers that you see out there in the very beginning. So to have them on the panel, I'm saying this so that if you have any questions for them, you know, feel free after Doug finished. They started in 71. I started in 72. I met them like a year after locking started, and I met them on Soul Train. So I kind of like feel that they're my peers of that. But most of the lockers start around when I started. So there wasn't a lot of lockers, but in 72 is when Soul Train was on air, and that's where people started seeing locking. Otherwise you couldn't see it, you know, because there was no videotapes or anything like that to watch it. And
club.
Only in clubs, you know. Damita was in a club, Scooby's in a club, Don was in clubs before them. So that's how we got a chance to see it. And the only reason I saw it because I went on Soul Train and I met all the guys. So I just wanted to say that so that you guys can please ask questions, you know, to any of us, and to if you have a question, ask one of the teachers that's on the panel, you know. So Doug, all yours.
Yes. Okay. For my story, I start dancing when since like 2000, the late 2000 and 2001. I forgot. Yeah, for almost 20 years now, till now. And I was first start breaking. I first learned breaking. Yeah, because only breaking at that time, and then and I start learning the windmill, the freeze, something like that. Yeah, but I hurt myself so badly. Yeah, I hurt here, there, and then I changed to dance, popping, locking, and hip hop. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because actually I first learned. I like to learn dancing because of Michael Jackson. Yeah, I saw Michael Jackson and I was inspired. Yeah, and then I want to learn. I learned the moonwalk first from the music video, the Jam music video. So after that, I learned breaking, and then I changed to popping, locking. After that, I just kept dancing until now, and I don't know why I start teaching, but I forgot why. Just maybe somebody asked me to do some classes. Yeah, and then I just try because I got something to share, maybe because I love locking, I love popping, and then I want to share to more people. I want more people to dance. Yeah, I want more people to feel the vibe of locking and popping. Yeah, the funk music especially. Yeah, because I love funk music. I love music. I I learned music before I dance. When I was a kid, I learned violin, and then I played band. I play band sound. I play band in the secondary school. So I love music. I love funk music. Yeah, I don't know why. Just funk music just drive me crazy when I hear. Yeah, especially James Brown and Cool and the Gang and also some disco and funk and P-funk and yeah, the Seth and Roger. Yes, I just can't stop moving myself. And then after that, I try to dig more about what is locking and what is popping. Yeah, I watch some YouTube or some video tape about the history about locking and popping and what funk is. And during the time until now, since I start my locking and popping until now, I still learning what funk and what jazz is. Yeah, what is the music and why this music can drive people dance. The, that's my very serious question about why this music can can drive people dance and why people dance so happy to yeah why they like to dance and after that I realized you got so many history behind you, yeah, the African American people. I know many history of you guys. Like maybe you study in your college and yeah, I know about uh, the 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 slave trades and then the minstrel show and many kinds of that thing. And then that's why you people have your own thing, your own culture came up. Yes, I really appreciate that. And you left this thing, you guys leave this thing for us to learn about your culture. Yes, that's what a black culture is, I think. So I still learning a lot from you guys. Yes, and every time I got depressed or I got upset about things, and then I just listen to music. Yeah, and then and I try to talk to myself or try to talk to you guys. And every time I talk to you guys, just inspire me a lot. That it just keep me dance, keep me in this culture. Yeah, and I want to keep sharing my things to the next generation. And I want the next generation come up fast. And that's why I invite a lot of the new generation of Hong Kong here to share the story with you guys and know about you and ask their question about what's locking or what the culture is. This is I want to give them this opportunity to meet you guys and ask the questions and try to think more about the history, to learn more. Yeah, that's why I choose them to here, yeah, to meet you guys. Yeah, that's a part of my story. And if you want to learn more, just maybe you can come to me and ask me. Yeah. Thank
Well,
you.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, that's it's good that you know that you have studied the idea of the funk. I call it funk rhythm and blues.
Yes.
I think that you need to have in order to be a really good dancer, because the funk rhythm and blues is is what we explore when we are dancing, is when singing and stuff like that. And my personal opinion of it, watching and the history books and stuff, like you said, the slavery times, when there wasn't much that we could do, right? They wouldn't let us read. They wouldn't. We belonged to other people. The only thing that we did do is sing and just
make music.
And have fun. That no one took from us.
That's
and
right.
Part of the reasons that it's so in us to be that way, because I've always I've always loved music, but I started realizing how much I loved it when I was 13 years old. And besides loving the music, I loved the idea of dancing to the music when I was that age as well, because I used to watch my sisters and brothers just do the things, the twist and all that stuff. And this is way back. But then once I started feeling the music, and that was more when James Brown came to be more. So I started feeling more funkier music. I had to hear music, but James Brown made it funkier. And so I really got into it. So, and yeah, I think that's my opinion on why that soul is so in us, you know, because we always had it. And if we weren't here as slaves in that year, if you were in Africa, that's basically what it was all about as well, is dance and stuff, which they still do now, is you know, their culture were a lot of dance in Africa, and still is. So I'm not surprised that most Black people here and all over still have that same feeling. And we're not just talking about America. There were slaves all over the world, you know, and there was slaves everywhere, Black slaves, you know. And I experienced it once when I went to France. I didn't realize how it was, because I'd never seen that many French people, Black French people who speaks French. You know, like I'd never been around Black people that spoke French. And when I went there, I was totally taken back on how many Black people were in Paris and, you know, area. I felt like at some time I was here, you know, in LA. It was so many. I was like blown away. And I talked to some, and they was telling me the story and the history, and that the slave trade was there as well. And I found out my son did this geography thing about where you were, you know, test that you take where you were, well, where you were from, like the country and stuff like that. And he told me that a part of Africa, something, it was started with C, and some of the people I met, and even on the show a couple, like last week or so, they were telling me, yeah, you know, I was saying they were my cousins because their family was from that same area of Africa where my family came from. And just so you know, this is not a politic thing. This is just like when Doug said that, it just brought something to me. And it's where when we came, without those tests or the, you know, that they do to figure out where you were, your origin is from, we have no idea. We have no idea. We didn't even have names. When we got here, they gave us names of whoever it was. I mean, they wouldn't even, the only thing they did is count us. You know, so it was rough as you know, that how people had to deal with to get where we are today. And that's probably why we're not happy when someone's trying to take it away from us. You know? And so they wonder why we get so angry. You'd be slaved up for like 200 years and see how angry you could get, you know? So yeah, so we're not angry now, but I'm saying it won't take a whole lot if someone trying to take something from us that we have worked so hard for us to get angry again. So that's the only thing I have to say about that. And I'm proud of my heritage. I'm proud of being Black. I'm proud to have been a Black dancer. I danced 25 years professionally, and I loved every minute of it. And I went to do another work. I became a general contractor. And when I retired, I went back into dancing, like I'm seeing you guys. And that's why I was able to travel a little bit. I just love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Like I never did any drugs, or I didn't drink or anything like that. My high was dance. I would go to a club and just dance away. I take 2 shirts with me. I would grab one, go to the car, grab another shirt, put it on, and go dance again.
Like Campbell.
That was just me. I love the hustle. I'm a locker, but my party dance was New Jack swing, and the hustle, but mainly the hustle. But both of those, I love both of those. But for the hustle, I could do it like forever. I love doing the hustle, the New York hustle. But so that's my little spill on it. So Scooby, you have anything to say? And then you guys can ask any question. We have up to a half hour that you guys can ask any question. If you're done, we can end it. But I would love for you guys to ask questions. I just thought I'd give you a little history that we do know where we are from. we didn't wake up and say, how did we get here? We know that our Africans, and we know that we were our family members back in the day were slaves. And so we haven't lost that. We're not going to ever lose that. And that's just the way life is. But we are moving on. And that's just the way life is. And we're going to still fight for everything that we deserve as equal people. Right?
Yes.
And I know you guys are going through some stuff yourselves in Hong Kong. And God bless you guys, and whatever it takes, really. I watch it. So and I
would like to say, to hear that Doug had looked back into the history.
Yes.
That's very good.
Touch me. I never talk about that stuff,
Right.
Because I want to know more about your culture. Yeah, I love this culture, so I want to learn more. Yeah, so I dig and I search on YouTube, on the internet. Yeah, and even I got some video tapes about the jazz music history and some the Black culture history too. Yeah, I still kept it in my house.
Well, that's very, very good. There's a lot of times that in the beginning, like when I say beginning, I mean back in the 50s when I first started going to school, nobody would told me about looking at my culture, looking at who I am, where I came from. But to hear that you look up us, that is excellent. That is really good. Yeah.
Yeah. For the first, you're the first person. I mean, and I've been doing this going on 5 months now, for the end of the 4th month. And you're the first person ever mentioned slave, And,
really?
Yeah. First person that, on the show. I've talked to people like in person, but and it's like they're afraid to say it. No, it was there. It is what
reality.
It's reality. And if we don't look back to see that, we will wonder, why are we trying so hard to?
Right. And we're still today, everybody of all cultures, we're still fighting to show that we exist, we have talent, we are we love each other if you just let us love each other, instead of this politics stuff comes in or whatever like that. But
they don't realize that, like jazz. Where do you think jazz came from, right? You have like
what do you know about jazz?
Like the Lindy Hop, right? And blues and the rock and roll. Rock and roll didn't come from rock and rollers that you would think now. No,
No, yeah, I know that.
Jazz. It came from blues.
Yes.
And when you say rhythm, the whole idea of rhythm, we don't even want to go there.
I know. I search about the history, like the jazz, and then the boogie woogie, and then yeah, the
And
rhythm and blues, the rock and roll. Yeah, just
how
all
you
about the
learned
music.
about our
Yes.
different music. I mean, back in the slavery days, you know, definitely music was very important to us because we were whipped and we were tired and we worked hard and we tried to please our massa at that particular time. But I mean, there was the showcase that I will sing for you, but then there was the showcase that I'm singing and yet I'm crying.
Right.
At the same time. So I'm just saying music was our emotions. We can laugh, celebrate, we can cry, we can sing in pain. There's so many different elements, and there was no such thing as a bass player. I mean, you get spoons.
Yeah.
Spoons we use. And congas, you know, just hitting on things to make a deeper sound, or you know, or even the tap dancing. You know, it was a shuffling and kicking and the sound of tap. So I mean, we use those elements, and for history, it just kept growing and growing. And
you know what?
Who said you know what? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Let's go.
You know what? Since you're speaking of this, just a few minutes ago, Doug said that he wanted to hear about soul. What is soul? Okay.
Yeah.
So this would be a good time for me and probably Alpha and Damita could come into it and say something about it. But let me tell you just a little bit real fast, okay, about what soul is. Not in the beginning, but one time I was dancing, and at the time I didn't know anything about. All I know about was locking. I watched every one of you guys' video, and I heard you talk right now. You guys are unbelievable. It is. You guys are great compared to what we had to deal with at that time.
Yes.
You guys, Doug, you should give yourself a trophy for what you've done teaching these kids. Because at this time, when we first started, we could not do this. And so, and you're learning, and you did an exegesis. And that lady that I was talking to about Damita, I seen her. She is unbelievable. This is so good.
Yeah.
So let me tell you this, that Soul, let me just explain to you what it is. If you have a heart and you put it in the middle, okay, we're gonna call that is soul. And this is years and years and years ago. So you put a heart in the middle, and then you're gonna call it soul. And it's going to feed blood all the way to funky, hip hop, to disco. It's gonna feed all that stuff. It's gonna give them power. So what is it gonna give them? It's gonna give them beat. It's gonna give them rhythm. It's gonna give them feelings. It's gonna feed all that stuff. That's what soul is going to give them. Now, at the time that Africa was doing that time, they didn't call it soul. But because of what they did at that time, they were getting beat up and all that stuff. They were still singing. They would, after doing all that work they had to do, they would still take care of their kids and still love their husband or wife. They would still, that is soul. That is the soul that was inside of them. And so when we got free, we got to just party time. It party time now. And everybody's calling, right now they're calling it soul. What they should call it is black, but they call it soul. So when Don Cornelius, he decides to make this Soul Train thing, he said, what, wait a minute, I'll ask Damita, what has he called it?
Soul, peace, and love.
All right. So when you hear that, you think of black. So that's why he put that there, because he wants you to think black. He's not forgetting where he came from. So what is soul dancing? It's a lot of soul and a lot of moves and a lot of things that you're creating at that time. Black people were creating a lot of black things. So, and they were calling them soul things because that's where it was coming from. They were on beat, giving rhythm. The beat was on time, and what they were feeling. So that's what I just wanted you to go look at. The breakdown, the funky addition, and the twist.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of moves and stuff like that that you could look at to make if you learn how to do it, you learn how to do rhythm. Mm-hmm. You're learning how to keep a beat. If you're learning these things, you're gonna feel good. Anyway, that's what soul dancing. That is what soul is. And that's what doing a soul dance is gonna do, make you feel free to do anything you want to do, what we did to feel good.
And one last note with that is that I know there's a lot of people, and I don't like talking politics. A lot of people feel they would say that this is our culture and that, you know, we should be the one that's, you know, like you can't be like say a part of the culture, yes, but you couldn't be what we are. Of course, you couldn't be what we are, but we can definitely share our culture with you. And
of course, yeah, right. Of course. Just like the cowboy guys.
Yeah,
I mean, we got a black guy now. He's out there doing it. He's making just as much as them. So, and they share it.
Right. And no, like I was even thinking more so like the different restaurants that we have here in America. You know, the Asian restaurants that we have, whether it's Korean food or Chinese food or I don't know how to call it. You guys like Chinese food would be what you guys would probably have, and we have tons of it here. And we actually, it's part of our culture to eat it, to go find it, to crave it, because you know, because we're sharing, you know. And dance is the same thing. We're sharing. There's no way that you can, you know, could feel exactly what we feel when we're saying this, but because I can't imagine when I'm eating the food and stuff, what you guys, no one had it easy back in those days. I don't care who you were. Everyone kind of like, you know, things are better now for culture. So when we're being proud and we say we're proud and we're Black and we're proud, and it's not being like selfish, it's being, we are, you know.
Right.
I wouldn't,
even though we said it first, but
no other ways but my own, because I grew up being Black and I'm happy being Black, and you know, it wasn't, to just give you a little small example of you guys, right? Crazy. I went to an all Black school until I was in the 11th grade, right? Where I grew up was in Louisiana, and they had, first of all, we were called colored people. And then we became Negroes. And then we became African Americans and the last, but then they call us Black. So we've had all kinds of names, but we're stuck with and proudly as African Americans is who we are, right? So, but when I was coming up, it was all colored. So when I would go like in town or to a restaurant, there would be a black section, well, a colored section, and a white area. And we go to the bathrooms. They have 4 bathrooms, kind of, right? Not even outside. Some of them was inside, and they had like the colored bathrooms and the white bathrooms, the drink fountains, the movie theaters. I grew up like that. It's not like, oh, did he read a book about that? No, this is how I grew up until I was 17 years old, right? That's how I grew up. And with that, I went through all of that, not, just being around strictly Black people, always around Black people. Why wouldn't I be proud of being Black?
I heard that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we started meeting white people when I was in the 11th grade, which was like around 17, and 16 and stuff. And we fought forever, for like at least the first half of the first year. And finally things got settled. And I look at today, and some of it is still crazy. And it's been like way back 40 or 50 years ago, when I was in school, and I still see people angry. And Black people, we are the nicest people. No, it's just that if we'll accept any. My mom would accept, I don't care if you were purple, you could come out and have dinner with us. That's the way my mom was. Our front door was always open to any neighbor, anytime. I'm the baby of 11 kids. It was 11 of us. I'm the baby of that family.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the baby of 11 kids.
And I'm the only one.
Yeah. It was 8 boys and 3 girls. So I had a lot of protection. Nobody messed with me. No, but anyways.
Do you have any questions?
Yeah, you got any questions about anything? But we just, I normally won't go there, but Doug, you kind of open up a can of worms, and we'll put all the worms back in, tighten the lid back down. Now we're back to being lockers.
Yeah, but if you can, I want everybody to try to see a Soul Train. Wherever you are, just try to look back. Always learn from each other. I mean, even go back further to tapping, to ballet, to all these different elements of dance, and add to your dance. Bring it to you. Make a connection, and that's even funner. You think you're having fun now? Wait till you explore different things.
Yes, right.
Any questions?
Any questions, and you guys to ask them?
Yes, I hope they have questions.
Yeah.
Maybe Kata.
I think we've already answered all the questions.
Well, I can ask a question. I'll ask it to Scooby. Scooby, when you did the Scooby Doo, what made you do that Scooby Doo?
Oh,
why did you do it? Why did you put it in the movement? I mean, you got Campbell.
Yeah. Well, at that time, I knew I knew Don Campbell were doing like 8 moves that I would go home and practice a lot. But I never, ever thought I was supposed to add anything to it, because Don Campbell did not tell me that. He didn't say, create something your own self. He didn't ever say that.
No, he never said that.
So at that time, this was before Damita had came, I never thought about adding anything. But what happened was, a lady said to me, you could dance? Well, let me see you dance. And at the time she said that to me, I was on the stairs. So how are you going to dance on the stairs? And all I did, if you know how to do the Scooby Doo, I did the kick with your feet, that little kick, that little Scooby Doo thing. What you first did, I did that going up the stairs, and I did it coming down. And so she said, oh man, I never seen that before. That's nice. And that little step that I made up right then, I added to Don Campbell's stuff. But I didn't think it was important because I never seen Don Campbell do it, right?
That's right.
At that time. I never seen Don Campbell. Only person was doing it was me. So
That's
I'm saying,
right.
well, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna just keep doing it. And that's what I did. I kept doing that. And then another thing I made up was a Scoobot to get next to Don Campbell when he was on the stage. I mean, on the
Dance floor.
Dance
floor?
Dance floor, yeah. So to get close to him, I did the Scoobot. They're trying to get over there. But I didn't know I made that up until one day after like 2 years of doing it, Tony Gogo said, I like that, man. I'm gonna call that Scuba. And I said, oh man, I got a name to this. Oh, okay. So I never named none of this stuff I was doing, except for one, but that's how I made it back. But I hope all of you have questions for me and Damita and Alpha, because it's very important that you ask questions. If you ask questions,
you grow.
You love the dance that you're doing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Does anybody here like to create something instead of as we're dancing? I mean, you're learning the steps, but do you take it upon yourself to add something else to it?
I got a question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I know that you, Damita, you created the step stop and go, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you told me when I was in LA that I need to ask Scooby, why you call this the quickies too?
Okay.
Yeah,
now,
the quickies.
I'm gonna tell you the three things, okay? Damita came in the club and she started doing this move, all right? She didn't say it was a stop and go. That move that she was doing, it need help. When I was doing the Scoo B Doo, it needed help. The help that it need was to add a locking look to it. So I took the Scoo B Doo and I added in the beginning Don Campbell's lock, and I added the Scoo B Doo to it. Okay, so I did the same thing to Damita's, what she made up. I put in the prep, and anyway, when we were dancing together, I didn't say, "Hey, let's put this in there. Let's do this. Let's do that." No, it just came up natural. I didn't know it didn't have a name. I mean, the prep, it didn't have a name.
Stop and go.
We just I just put it there. So one day, how did the quickie come up?
Yes.
The name came up from doing the breakdown. Mm-hmm. Now, Doug, do you know how to do the breakdown?
Yeah.
Okay. If you do the breakdown and then you turn around like you're going to walk away, you could come right back and do what Damita made up, the quickie. I mean, the stop and go. So if you do the breakdown and turn around like you're going to walk away, and then you can come back, it looks like the same thing what Damita made up. But I was doing the breakdown. This is not the stop and go. I was doing the breakdown, and I turned like I was going to leave, and I turned around and came back. And Camelot Jr. said, "Jimmy, that little quickie thing that you did." And I said, what little quickie thing? So me and him start doing the breakdown. And we would stop and turn it back, just like the stop and go, but we're doing the breakdown. So he says, you know, that little quickie thing that we're doing right now, when you return back and start doing the breakdown, I'm gonna call it the quickie. So when he was trying to show people that, they're saying that's a stop and go. He said, no, you gotta do the breakdown. You gotta do it. So it got mixed up with the stop, the quickie, and the breakdown. The stop and go and the quickie all got twisted up together. But I never said nothing to nobody. I just let Camelot Jr. walk around talking around the quickie. And that's what it is. And one day I have to show you exactly what I mean.
Yeah. But I want to just tell you that how Scooby and I, when you meet at a club, and the guys usually did a handshake, you know, and they would say the word, Habani Ghani, that was the group. So in our dance, when we were looking, of course, we were doing it in a locking form. When we throw our hands out, mimicking people at the club, young guys, young women. Well, women didn't do that though. And in the 70s, but anyway, guys did that. So that's when we started, hey, look back, and then jump away. It was our way of always bringing the environment that you surrounded yourself. Go ahead, Alpha.
Sorry, we have like about a minute more to go.
Oh, good.
Another question real quick.
Yeah, do you have another question real quick?
Yes.
Anyone else?
I would like. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, you ask first, Ivonne.
Yeah, I want to ask how you guys feel or how you foresee the locking like in 2020, and because it's quite a long time since then, and like I want to know how you guys feel.
Well, real quick for me, I feel that it's wonderful. I mean, I'm always fascinated at the time that when we did it in 1970, I mean, and this is 2000, getting ready to come up to 2021, is fascinating. But what really fascinates me, that this, what we're doing, we get an opportunity for everybody to go to different places, singing the locking. You're not at home. You're not just at a club. You're all over.
Good. Scooby, what do you say?
Okay, from the time that we started up until now, I've seen a lot of creative moves that they weren't there when we were doing. Yes. The only person who put creative moves was Damita at that time. At that time, me and Don Campbell didn't do nothing but create what we are doing after him now. Later on, he started putting the kiss and the dying. But in the beginning, he didn't do all these things. He started creating later. So now in 2020, I'm watching you lockers now. You're doing that. You're adding much, much, much more than we ever even thought of doing. And that is what locking is about. It's putting steps like I did and Damita and Alpha did. It's putting steps of something that you created. Right. So when I see you dancing and you doing Don Campbell's 8 moves, and then something that you created, oh man, that's the greatest thing that ever been.
It is. Right. That's what keeps it going.
And Carter, your question. Thank you for that question. And now Carter.
Would like to ask you all any advice for Hong Kong lockers and for our locking culture in Hong Kong.
Well, I'll say mine real quick so that because we're gonna end. I feel that I love what you guys are doing. I love the creativity that you guys have at this time doing the different style. Because everyone that comes on the show, I always do their videos so people will know who they're talking to. Is, oh yeah, I saw that video of her. So I wanted people to see that, right? So the only thing that I pushed, because it was my style, and I think that it played because that's what Don did. He was dynamic and stuff. Is I always say that power moves is real important in your dance. Power moves. If you look at any of the guys that's been winning or girls that's been winning, they've been winning with these power moves. They don't have to be the alpha. They don't have to be, because I created like a bunch of little power moves stuff. Not to be that, but it should be something power moves. In the beginning, power moves were not created, but like say the split, that was a power move back in the day. And then the knee drop came, and then people were doing other different moves, but it's always been power moves in locking. If you ever saw the lockers perform, the original lockers, they stand back in the back and they kind of like mark time after maybe a 5-10 minute count on the 5-8 counts of something. Then they march time in the back. Then it go out and do solos. Each solo was power moves. Don's diving, Tony Gold when he was in it doing flip, Greg doing all these flips and stuff like that, and Leo doing all his stuff. Power moves. That's the only thing I can say that I think that would enhance what you guys do, because you're already wonderful dancers. If you add power moves into it and be yourself, I think it's going to be wonderful. And I want to thank you guys for being part today. It's been a great conversation, because this for the first time, we were able to talk as much as we talked, and we still ended up being where we're at right now, right on time. So thank you for being part, and I hope to come to you. Doug is going to bring me to, when it's all settled, Doug's going to bring me for vacation to Hong Kong. I don't have to teach or anything. I just want to come see you guys, your country, right? I really want to come. I really do. I want to see where you guys do your thing. So I one day I would love to come. Okay, and if you ever come to the U.S., Doug know he can attest, and some of the other you guys that was here. I'll try my best to get you around, whatever it takes, and show you things or to experience things. And because Doug was here for almost 2 weeks. So just feel free. Please look me up. Look up. Scooby lives in Florida. Look up Damita. I usually take anyone that comes from another country and they see me, I take them over to Damita's house. Always do that. It's one of the things. But I didn't have to do it with the quickies, because we had a class. So you met her there. Okay, guys, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Doug, thank you for putting everyone together. Scooby, Damita, and the rest of you guys, please continue to dance. Locking is so much fun. It's a good exercise, and you can do other dances as well. But do locking. All right. Love talking to you guys. Thank you so much. You have a great day. Well, I hope you guys, what time is it there now? 4 o'clock?
Yeah, 4 o'clock.
Yeah, 4
Get some
o'clock.
sleep.
Morning. Oh my God. All right, you guys, get some sleep. All right. Enjoy your day.
so
Keep
much.
locking and
Thank
wear
you so much,
masks.
Alpha,
Thank you.
Scooby Doo,
you.
Damita. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.